And our first guest tonight is one of the funniest guys of all the guys. You know him by many names, including Phil Miller and MacGruber. His new show with D'Arcy Carden is called Sunny Nights. You can watch it on Hulu. Now please welcome Will Forte. How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? I'm doing well. You look good. You smell good. Everything's good. Yeah, and I see you're wearing the socks again, right? I got my It's Tradition. I got my daughters on my socks. This is Cecilia here. Very cute. And the other sock. This is Zoe. Zoe and Cecilia. These are two different pairs that usually a normal person would wear, you know, the green with the green and the purple with the purple, but I mixed them up because out of, a devoted love to my daughters. Devoted love, fairness. And do you update the socks as they grow, or are they the same socks you're going to wear for a while? I let it kind of ride out my toenails. Make that decision. Like I have some pretty ratty toenails. Do you? And my wife now buys 2 pairs of each sock because all one is kind of to save in a closet, and the other is to burn through with my toenails. But I have a plan to my ultimate plan is I save the ones that get holes in the toes, and I'm going to make a blanket like this gross blanket out of them. That's a great idea. It's gross, but I am going to do it. That would be a beautiful item to pass down. Now you might want to make 2 of them so each of your daughter because you don't want to see them fight. Sometimes kids might never speak to each other again if you're going to have to pick, as you know. Eventually, we don't live forever. We're going to have to hand these items down. So just think about making 2 quilts. That's a very good idea. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, maybe think about trimming your toenails a little bit. I'm telling you, I trim them. It's like eyebrows and toenails. It's like wildfire. You can trim them and it's like the next day it's like Terminator too, They just kind of gel together and pierce through. Do you ever go get them professionally petted? I would never put a professional through dealing with my stuff. Wow. And do you ever use them as weapons? Just because you could slash somebody. I could, but I'm a peaceful person. I don't believe in that's good. All right, good, all right, beautiful. You took your kids to Mardi Gras, which seems like a weird thing for little girls to see. Okay, yes, I was part of this. The crew of Orpheus is this wonderful parade. A Harry Kick JR. I'm familiar with it. Yeah. And so I was one of the monarchs, and in 2017 they had a monarch reunion this year, and it was landed on my daughter Zoe, the 5-year-old, turned 5 on February 15th. So we brought her and my sis and her sister Cecilia out there while we were there for a parade. For a parade? Yeah, so we wouldn't normally say hey, come to Mardi Gras with us girls. That's not how but you don't want to miss a bird. Right, exactly. So everything was great, and I'm on this float throwing out beads, and they have different things you throw out. It's mainly beads, but then they have some hats that are our kind of bigger ticket items. And the biggest ticket is a little tambourine. Oh, so I was going along the parade route, and we were going outside the hotel, and our nanny had come out with both my daughters, and my little 3-year-old was on her shoulders, and I saved a tambourine for them, and I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure they get this tambourine. So we get up to them. I spot them, and they're 30 yards away, and I wing this tambourine, and the first milliseconds of it is oh, this is an amazing throw. What an amazing thrower you are. This is heading right at them. And then it kind of dawned on me, oh, I never really taught Cecilia how to catch things. And sure enough, it kept going straight at her and nailed her right in the forehead. And the float doesn't know. They're just a million things are going on. So the float just keeps going, and I'm seeing the nanny hurry my daughter away as she's crying, maybe concussed. It was awful. So my daughter just thinks that I threw a tambourine at her out of anger. It's a little while ago, and I've been wanting to ask you about this because what I heard from you was, I think, one of the best ideas I've ever heard. And this idea is something that came from your family. I heard you on Smart List talking about this on the podcast about your mom and her ideas. Would you know what I'm talking about? Yes. Okay. Now please explain. My mother, while I was at SNL, she would call me, and she and her friend Carol would always have these ideas that they thought that I should try to turn into sketches. And they were, to put it kindly, not really the kind of ideas that I would really do, right? And so I would always just say, Mom, maybe we save it for the Patty Forte sketch show. And then over the years I was like, oh, I've got to do that show, the Patty Forte sketch show. So after there were enough concepts from your mom to sustain a sketch show. Oh yeah, and Carol, how old is Carol? Just they are both now 82. Okay, all right. Excellent, so. This about 5 months ago, 6 months ago, we started making it's called Will Forte's mom has the sketch show, and it's my mom, Patty Forte, and her friend Carol trying to write sketches, and then the end of each show is performing the actual sketches that they've come up with and love it. It is insanely fun. It is. They're there both, they have no acting experience, no writing experience. They're just magical people, but like they kind of have no business being in this position. I'd say more than China, maybe even. Yeah, but especially Carol. At least your mother's got a kid in the business, you know. No, somehow it totally works. We're just starting to edit it all together, but it is so cool. I can't wait. Yeah, you brought a clip of something. I brought a clip. This is during like the documentary section. My friend Vanessa Bear from SNL came in and we did like a character workshop, and this is us trying to get them to act like robots. Oh, great. I am robot. I am robot-y. I am robot Vanessa and I complete the foursome. I am robot Will Insane. I love it already. I mean it is this show is G like the sketches at the end have all these incredible guest performers, all my buddies from SNL. I can't really say who it is. This is great. Like it is I cannot wait to, and are they thrilled? Like are they excited to be on set and doing this? Oh yeah. I mean, when you tell somebody that idea, they like real comedy people are like, oh, this is I want to be a part of this. It's been so great and everyone's been so nice to come be a part of it, and I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait to see it either. All right, but we're going to talk about your show that people can see when we come up. The name of that show is Sunny Nights. Will Forte is here. We'll be right back. Hello, I have the money here at the motel. No, somewhere public. Yep, afraid I have to insist on that, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right, here does work. Yeah, sure, 1 hour, okay, looking forward to it. Nervous. No, not even in the slightest. Are you well that may, oh, hang on. It's Will Forte and D'Arcy Carden in Sunny Nights, which you can see right now on Hulu. And oh, which is very funny. You and D'Arcy play a brother and sister. Yes, you go to Australia. You've got this spray tanning business called, or yeah, Tan Tea Form. Tan's Form, yes. And you actually shot the show in Australia. It shot it in Australia with this amazing, like just these a murderer's row of Australian talent. Oh, we D'Arcy and I were the only Americans in the show, and it was the best experience of my life. Did the kids go with you? The kids did go with me. Oh, they did. Okay. You hit him with a boomerang in the head or anything like that? No. I know, no. Did you guys like see all the weird animals and stuff like that? We got to, yeah, we saw a lot of animals at the Sydney Zoo, which is like the most beautiful zoo. Overlooks the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge, but then we did go to this place called Kangaroo Valley, which is amazing. It's just this place where a bunch of kangaroos hang out. So you go down and it's a lot of wombats too. So we were so excited to see kangaroos and wombats. And we saw kangaroos everywhere, but it was like wombats were a little harder to see. And then we started seeing them, but it was kind of a sad thing because wombats are not very fast creatures. And so like 99% of the wombats we saw were like on the side of the road like roadkill wombats. Oh, all right. And it was like trying to explain that to your kids. Oh, there they just think they're a lot of sleeping wombats who like to sleep in like raspberry sauce, and they call it Kangaroo Valley and not Dead Wombat Valley. Right, exactly. Did they mention you're going to be seeing a lot of dead wombats along the way or no? Never came up, never. But there were a lot of like like there were no signs of like kangaroo, you know, kangaroos like crossing. It was all like wombats. Right. And you understood why. Yeah. Although it didn't sound like they weren't working. No signs. Yeah. You know D'Arcy Carden before this show? Somehow I didn't. We have so many friends in common, and had never met until like a couple weeks before the show. We played brother and sister in the show, and she is the best person on the earth, and she is very much like my sister now. Oh, I mean she's so good in the show and just the coolest person to hang out with. If you get a chance to hang out with D'Arcy Carden, you seize on it. Take that opportunity. She's the best. That's good to know. Yeah, what? So you guys are now spending a lot of time together after this? Yeah. Oh, interesting. What do you do with D'Arcy? We do a lot of stuff, you know. We go out to dinners mainly. We down there we did a lot of singing together. Oh, what kind of singing? It started, we would sing, we would just pass the time by singing songs, existing songs, where we would take the names of the crew members and put them in songs, like we would sing a Jasper Nacho, which is Nacho is the name of one of the guys. On the crew. But that wore thin pretty quickly with the crew. I think people started kind of getting a little annoyed with it. So it got to a point where we did it enough with enough different songs that we were like, okay, we're at a fork in the road. We either have to stop singing songs or we have to write an original song that is so undeniably good and powerful and glorious that it will make them forgive us for all the other songs. Oh, we chose the latter. You did? Yeah. So we took like a week to construct this just insanely good epic of a song, and yeah, we did it. Wow. And did it while the crew and win everyone over. Yeah, they loved it. And it's a ballad. What kind of song is it? Well, I guess it's hard to describe. Ooh-huh. Epic is the best way to put it. I want to sing it for you. Well, that would be great, but I appreciate that. I could not do it justice myself, so I have brought a special guest to do it with me. My co-star from Sunny Nights, ladies and gentlemen, D'Arcy Carden. What a treat this is. Should I introduce you guys? And is there a title to the song? Oh no, I think it's untitled. Okay, all right. Here now to perform their epic song Untitled will Forte and D'Arcy Carden. 2, 3, 4. Rule just a fest tasting Willie Mason be now I learned my lesson, and that's the entirety of the song. Absolutely. D'Arcy Carden and Will Forte. Everybody, this show is called Sunday Nights of the Weapon on Hulu. We'll be back with Bunny XO.